Yeah, my one. Yeah, one. Oké, yeah man. Ik moest dat even fixen. Ik ga even een PC laten zien. Ik heb het volgens mij één stukje vertaald in Nederlands, maar andere PC is gewoon in Engels. Was nog te weinig tijd om het te vertalen. Maar ik ga de Art of Making, de leider van de nieuwe FBA Foundational Bulk Broken Americans. I'm gonna read the leader, his book, man. I'm gonna read his book, The Art of Making. I'm not gonna read it too complete, but most part of it. I will read most of it, and those who can understand a bit English can. Oh ja, laat me Nederlands praten, man. Die stuk van Tariq Nasheed. En dus The Art of Making. Ik ga het voorlezen. Dan kan je bijhouden wat de leider van de Foundational Bulk Broken Americans denken. Ja, hè? Want voor mij zijn ze dat. Just say nigga. Maar ik ga eerst een PC laten zien van Nana Kwaku en O'Shea Duke Jackson. Die hadden gisteren niet een confrontation, maar over dezelfde Tory. Dus deze gasten gaan naar Afrika, stelen shit, gaan naar Brazilië. Want Tariq Nasheed was also in Brazil. I've got all those movies, Tariq Nasheed. When you was in Brazil, in Jamaica, even your hoe heet het, The Art of Making is being distributed in Jamaica. Zie je hoe zielig deze figuren zijn? Dit zijn allemaal diezelfde soort figuren. Snap je? Dus that's why I always say, look for a tree, nigga, and hang around. Hey, let's see what I going with the Duke Jackson. Hey, Duke Jackson, do you know what your name means? Is Duke is from Dutch. The K is CH. Go and ask the Maurice Science Temple. The K in Duke of DUKE, the K is a CH. You can replace it with CH. It becomes Dutch. Yeah, you know nothing. Just say. Yeah, man. Let's see what I go on with this craziness. Laat me Nana Kwaku hier ook zetten. Weet je. Where I come from, we also have those names with the days. Because then you have Kwame, Kwamina, and Awuku, Kwaku. Yeah, some place they will say Kweku or Kweki, or that's just dialect. Maar anyways, man. Let's hear. Nee, laat me eerst O'Shea Duke Jackson afspelen. I'ma play and Duke Jackson first with his part. His part is not translated. I don't know if I think I translated the part of Nana Kwaku. But anyways, man, let's see it. Cause otherwise the video is gonna be too long. Cause I'm gonna read most part of the foundational bug broken pot hurt Americans book, man. America is Haiti, if you didn't know. I know you're too stupid to know these things. Columbus went to Haiti. Haitians and then Dominicans are real Americans. That's why you are named the United States of the Americas. Nigga, you're not even an American. If we go to court together, you will pay all African, you will pay reparation. You and this Yvette Carnel. This Yvette Carnel came and yeah, they have no same things bonky over there in our. No, we don't do that. We have culture, we have God. We don't need you to recognize our God for it to be true. That's why I'm a maroon. I was free all those 500 years. There might be a reason why they hanged you up a tree. Just saying. Cause that's my God, nigga.
America
Let's hear it from this jack
being
off.
grip. I don't like most of you motherfuckers anyway around the world. I pretty much hate almost all of y'all. Not I ain't talking about just I'm talking about almost every human. I don't like nobody. So it doesn't matter. You can't give me what I never had, motherfucker. Not at all. I don't know why y'all be thinking like, oh, we're gonna stop him from doing business. You motherfuckers don't have
He's talking about those things he's been saying about Africans that they gonna boycott him. But he's saying his audience is American, so he doesn't care. And you will see in a minute, and in this video of Nana Kwaku, you will see the real reason that Tariq Nasheed is a passport bro. I know Tariq Nasheed as a beggar on internet from 15 years ago, begging money with GoFundMe to go to Brazil and Jamaica and act like a passport bro. He then employed Umar Johnson to make the Hidden Color movie. Yeah, I have all those videos. I have the videos of you with that girl who hated this smoke alweer. Cynthia G. Yeah, I even have your video with Cynthia G, nigga. All those videos from 15, 20 years ago. Yes, Tariq Nash. I have no hurry with you, nigga. Ask Nessa Netter already knows what I want. Yeah, ask Netter about me, but you also know about me. Because you stole the name and American Maroon from one of my channels. And even then I left you alone. Because I was like, just leave these niggas. He's trying to educate the people. Maybe he's one of those runaway slaves. But now it's clear that you're one of the treacherous niggas who came into the jungle to kill my people. And that's the truth. It's not a joke. The wars in the Americas was between city Negroes and bush Negroes. Everybody against the Maroons, and we defeated them. In 1760, the first time was in 1620. A Jamaican came to Suriname to speak Kumanti to my people, motherfucker. Yeah? A Jamaican came from Africa to Jamaica and to Suriname, to the interior, into the jungle to talk to my people about the treaty. Because we don't speak your language normally. Nigga, let's hear this jack off.
no business for me to do anyway. That's why I'm already talking shit. You hate us America being grip. I don't like most of you motherfuckers anyway around the world. I pretty much hate almost all of y'all. Not I ain't talking about just I'm talking about almost every human. I don't like nobody. So it doesn't matter. You can't give me what I never had, motherfucker. Not at all. I don't know why y'all be thinking like, oh, we're gonna stop him from doing business. You motherfuckers don't have no business for me to do anyway. That's why I'm already talking shit. You hate us. I hate all of you motherfuckers in general. It don't matter what the race is. That's everybody. I don't like none of y'all. How many? So it don't matter. And stop kissing these niggas' asses. Are you losing your mind? Why are you so angry? No, I'm not losing shit. I'm perfectly sane.
Je ziet even, zelfs een publiek moet hem vragen van, ben je gek geworden? Je gaat zo meteen zien, deze kill is een ronselaar. Ja, hè? Hij heet Tariq Nasheed, zijn Puff Daddy niggas. Ze heten paspoortbro's op internet. Ze gaan naar Afrika, Brazilië, pakken ze kleine meisjes en die brengen ze dan naar Amerika. Je gaat het zo meteen zien in het filmpje van Nana Kwaku hier. Ja, let's see it. If it's a
I'm
joke.
sane. Trust me. I ain't on no drugs. No, then ooh, Quebec, they piss you off. They haven't pissed me off. Thank you, Ninja. No, I love Africans. I'm just talking my shit. I don't hate nobody for real, for real. I'm just talking shit. But I don't like you. That's the truth. I don't like y'all.
What you don't understand, Duke Jackson, we don't live those kind of life. Yeah? Those names your colonizer used to call you over there, like Ted, are you the immigrant? Are you in your country? No. You don't know where you're from. Your boss, the colonizer, is an immigrant from Europe. Maybe you don't know that. You're too stupid to know these things. Immigrant. You are the immigrant, nigga. You and the Europeans over there. You're too stupid. You have no God. You have no soul. Inabi ye. Kom taigin ke yere. Ina ye. Nede de linge igansa maki. Go Arky. You bitch kaka. Let's hear it, man.
Come home, FBA all day. Yeah. And again, I'm going to just say this real quick. You Africans, all y'all do is you guys know that there are problems here. You like to sweep shit underneath the fucking rugs. And then the way that you deal with shit is you move to America. Being Grippy Talk hella is right. You move to Europe. And then y'all leave all y'all problems for the world just to deal with. And then when somebody want to come and deal with it, you don't want somebody to talk about all your shit. And nobody is talking about this shit to hate on Africa.
Deal with it. You said you are delineated. You're not our lineage. Why would a Chinese or a Japanese come and tell Africans or Maroons or Caribbean people what they supposed to be doing? You are the white man, you said. Ain't that what you said, nigga? You and Tariq Nasheed? Tariq Nasheed? Ja, dat Tariq Nasheed. Weet je wat dat betekent, Tariq Nasheed? Dat Tariq Nasheed. You trying to be European and shit? I'm the Moor. I am the Egyptian. I am the Native American. Remember when you used to do that with Umar Johnson? You're worse than Umar Johnson. I haven't even made the new cartoons about you yet. It's coming, nigga. Don't worry about it. You already know what I want. Let's hear it, this jack off.
We're talking about this shit so it can get better. That's what we're trying to do. So if you're not mature enough to understand what this is about, then I don't know what to tell you. Just fuck off. You know, we're trying to help people reintegrate. We're trying to help people, understand how to make things fair for them, whether you're African in general.
You're lying, man. Nana Kwaku is gonna play the video and we're gonna see, man. You went over there to get women. That's your job. You went over to Africa, to Dominican Republic. That's what you guys doing. You Tariq Nasheed, Passport Bros. That's your name on YouTube. Is that a lie? Als je nu luistert, als je later googelt Passport Bros, ga je al deze gasten zien. Ze gaan naar arme landen, ronselen ze arme vrouwen die geen geld hebben, doen ze alsof ze doekoe hebben en nemen ze die smas mee naar Amerika voor hun matties. Om Puff Daddy's partijtjes te hebben misschien, zal ik zeggen. Maar we weten wel beter. Just saying, nigga. Let's hear it. Dus deze kills waren niet gewend om een vrouw te hebben toen ze chimboy waren. Deze kill is pas in 2019, 2020 of zo. Heeft hij een beetje geld gemaakt op internet. En toen begon hij te reizen net als Tariq Nasheed. Ze zijn bedelaars. Tariq Nasheed is een bedelaar op internet. Ga googlen, GoFundMe, Tariq Nasheed. Al zijn films zijn gemaakt over de rug van Afrikanen en Caribbean. Zelfs wat ik zo meteen ga lezen is geproduceerd in de Caribbean in Jamaica. Ik heb films van Tariq Nasheed waar hij in Jamaica is. Omdat vrouwen hem niet willen batsen, zijn ze teruggegaan naar, is die FBA begonnen van, oh ze haten mij, they don't want you nigga. Dus deze achterlijke apen dachten ze gaan naar arme landen als Suriname, Brazilië en dan gaan die wijven dan omvallen. De boy groeide papa in dat film. De media niet de hele boy. Weet je hoeveel Dominicaanse maar scherp op de matta zijn. Ze hebben geen tijd voor foolery. Daarom klaagt deze man ook de hele dag dat ze hem oplichten. Ja, gaan, goomba, na boy. Haar guada. Als ik zo meteen Nana Kwaku ga afspelen, you gon see. When I play Nana Kwaku, we gon see what you're really about. You and Tariq Nasheed. Because Tariq Nasheed is doing the same thing. That is what he was doing 10, 15 years ago. Going to Brazil and Jamaica, getting women and bringing them to the United States for his friends. Y'all name is Passport Bros. Yeah? In the manosphere section of YouTube. Nigga, I got all your videos, man. I'm just taking it easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Nigga, let's hear it.
Right? If you are African, you're from wherever. But O'Shea, we should link up when I'm in Uganda next year. Let me say this respectfully to you, brother. Fuck no. Okay? I don't even know you, and I'm pretty sure you're a nice person. There is no chance in hell I'm meeting up with you. None of you niggas. Not at all. Okay? It is not a motherfucking chance in hell.
Of course you won't meet up with them because they will break your leg, nigga. You already know when these niggas say like, hey, let's meet somewhere. Then they want to take it hey, kom met our president even. Deze gek. Gewoon om een andere man. Deze kill doet al deze dingen om Tariq Nasheed, hè. Eerst maakte hij commentary on... This nigga used to give commentary on Tariq Nasheed, how Tariq Nasheed was a fraud. And then Tariq Nasheed was like, oh, I'm gonna make a cartoon and pop it about you. That's why you know my cartoon and the difference between me and your cartoon, Tariq Nasheed. You will go and pay maybe $10,000 for somebody to make a cartoon. I'm just gonna sit on my bed and fix it. I already have fixed cartoon about you, you know it. You used to be one of the laughing stock of my videos for 5-6 years. Nigga, you know it. Yeah, me bar you, maar you think you fara, no? You think me... Hey, let me keep. Me no big yaga yete, no na I. Yeah, let's hear it, man.
Most of you motherfuckers is weird. I don't like giving you niggas my motherfucking number. Then what you fuck around and do is give other niggas my numbers. I don't want to meet none of you motherfuckers. I swear to God and 30 white folks. No, we're never going to link up doing shit at all. Because most of you motherfuckers are weird. Okay? If I wanted to meet up with you, nigga, I would have reached out to you. If I don't reach out to you, what does that tell you? Come on, put 2 and 2 together, motherfucker. What does it tell you? What does that mean?
Ja, maar deze kill is in Uganda. Al 5 jaar of zo zit die kill in Uganda. En dan komt hij hier. Ik ben FBA. Ik delineate van Afrikanen. Wat doe je dan daar? Want dan ben je niet eens hun ras. Delineation is segregation van you not me, nigga. En dat is die tory met deze kills. Deze kills zeggen, we're gonna delineate and I'm gonna sell this Ogun juice. How? Ogun is Yoruba. It's from the Yoruba, the Nigerians, nigga. It's not yours. Even your language is called Ebonics, Igbo. And still you wanna come out like, yeah. Hey, let me hear it. So we can play Nana Kwaku quick. Yeah?
That means I don't want to see you, nigga. Do you understand that? I live here every fucking day. The last thing I want to do is to run up on you. I'm confused. Baby, what does I don't want to meet your motherfucking ass is confusing you? What is that about? Can you not understand English? Your name is Juanita, honey. I know you understand English very well. You're definitely from the black community. What does I don't give a fuck confuse you about? Do you understand that?
This nigga is mad because he's not getting the women he wants, nigga. Je hebt geen flair. Ja, hier in Nederland zeggen ze je moet flair hebben, nigga. Still, it's not about money. Women care about money, but what you're doing to chill, the first phase is not money. It's just click And you don't have it, nigga. You just don't have it. Daar hier in de Netherlands, they say, je hebt het of je hebt het niet. Jij hebt het niet, nigga. Jij Tariq Nasheed ook niet. Daarom moesten jullie naar Brazilië om die vrouwen daar op te lichten. En nu ben je was, deze kill was zelfs in Polen. Toen had hij gezegd hij is chirurg. En nu blijkt hij is een high school dropout. Deze kill had gezegd hij is a surgeon. Like 5-6 years ago. I thought he was a surgeon, man. Hey, Duke Jackson, I thought you was a real surgeon because you was in med school and all those things. Yeah. You're a scammer just like all those, yeah, over there. Yeah, I don't want to cut you too hard because many of so-called black Americans, those who are not claiming FBA, are saying, listen, I'm African from America. You know, or you understand that? That's what we know. An African from Congo. That is an African from Nigeria. That is an African from Brazil. It's that simple. Yeah, you don't have to say, yeah, I'm Kikuyu if I meet you. Are you African? Yeah, from Suriname, man. I'm African from Suriname. Oh, okay. Where is Suriname? Oh, there, over there, northern Brazil. You see how easy it can be? Some might say, oh, then you are Brazilian. I might say, no, man, I'm African. African live in Brazil. Maybe you didn't know. Hey, let me play Nana Kwaku, man. Otherwise the video will become too long. Snap je? Ik ga Nana Kwaku spelen, anders wordt die video veel te lang, weet je.
Out of you there anyway.
Once you get $5 in your pocket, you come back to Africa as if you're a fucking king.
No, we don't get $5 in our pocket. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Crashing out. Crashing the fuck out.
And you mistreat the shit out of your people. Pay them $100 a month.
Come on, what else? Say
oh, from America. Yes, y'all niggas do it all the time. I see it every day.
That was me.
Y'all don't be fair with them. No, it's your time to shine, right? Well, I had to get it my way, so now I gotta come back. No, y'all don't open no doors for them.
Who is he hanging out with that does these things? That's the thing. Like, who the fuck does he hang out with? I think, you know, when you're lame here and you go to Africa, you still, even though he's got all this following, he's still a lame internally, he's still a lame. So he's not rubbing shoulders with like the elite. So he's coming across all these stupid ass examples that he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Like, I don't see this across any of my friend groups. And I have a shit.
Because he doesn't dare to say the truth against those, he doesn't dare to say the truth to the people he's speaking to. He doesn't dare to speak and watch those guys in the eyes and say, no, I don't want to do this, man. I won't do it. He's not one of those guys who knows what he wants in life. He's just going with the flow. Tariq Nasheed is on top right. I'm gonna go with the flow, man, on the bandwagon with Tariq. That ben jij en Duke Jackson. You should have taken it more easy, man. Right now you're coming across as a KKK member. Nobody knows those people better than I do. You think you know the KKK from America is nothing. I had to fight 500 years against your soldiers from the city Negroes. The war in America for 500 years was city Negroes versus Maroon, Bush Negroes. Nigga, cause you was the army of the colonizer. That's what Tariq Nasheed is still feeling like. I should be better than you are, cause I was on the plantation and they taught me many things and all these things. If you're proud of what they taught you on the plantation, why ask for reparation? If you're trying to ridicule African accent, yeah, he speak like this, oh, and he does like that too, blah blah. My people speak like that because that's the accent of their language. You have no language, so you can't understand those things. Your language is the language of the Jamaicans from England. And you try to diss the Jamaicans. Who do you think built England? Ask them in 1948 after the Second World War. The same so-called runaway slaves and the plantation slaves of the Caribbean had to go to England to rebuild England to what it is today. All these things, I built America, you didn't build anything. They gave you a blueprint and the colonizer told you, go and build this thing for me. Because you're like a machine to them. Yeah, you're just a machine. You don't mean anything. As soon as they can replace you, you finish. Yeah, let's hear it, man.
Ton of friends from Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, everywhere, just here in the Frisco area. A lot of the guys are my fucking friends, bro. And they do very good work in Africa. They do a lot of good shit in Africa, bro.
Trust me. Trust me. Y'all don't spend
Whenever somebody says trust me, you know they're lying, man. It's fucking cap, bro.
no money with y'all people.
Cap.
Don't nobody hate y'all people more like y'all niggas.
No, we don't
Trust
hate the
me.
way y'all do. No, that's a lie, motherfucker. That's
Don't
a
nobody mistreat Africans like y'all.
lie. That's a lie. Crush it out.
Don't nobody hate Africans like y'all.
Yeah, just watch how the face is about to change, and then I think a few seconds down the line, he blocks me.
And nobody hates blacks like y'all, period. Y'all are a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
The moment Nana talks back, all of a sudden we hate black people. You know how much hate you and your FBA group.
The Bloods and the Crips, nigga. Which killing is most known across the globe? The Bloods and the Crips. Thought so, nigga. Yeah, Duke Jackson. Your name is Juka Jackson. Yeah, Jukaka Jackson. Your people, your slave master is a Safardin. Do you know that? It's not a joke. Your slave master is the Safardin. From Spain. Nigga, you know nothing. I'm the Maroon also now. When you claim to be Maroon, nobody cared about it. But as soon as you start cussing out people, yeah, this is my country, it's not your country. That's why your country is called the United States of America. Haiti and Santo Domingo, there is where Columbus went, nigga. Maybe you don't know.
Groups
Just saying.
have spewed on Africans, calling us theaters and all these bullshit names you've been giving us. You know how much hate and distraction you've caused my community here in America? You guys kill yourself at the highest rate of any groups here in America. You don't call that hate?
And they also killed themselves across the globe because of the passport bros, nigga. What do you think is gonna happen to the passport bros when people see those videos you and Tariq Nasheed making? You don't know, yeah. You can't even handle MS-13. You think you gangster is North America, go to Brazil. Yeah, go to Brazil or Colombia and go watch what Dread Life is. Do you think Dread Life is from the Maroons who used to live in the jungle, in the mountains in Jamaica? Akwamu people. So later Yoruba came along, Igbo and Congo. You know nothing. You was in the army. Your forefathers were in the army, man. Maybe you are even a runaway slave. I'm not. I was in the jungle free for 500 years. Yeah. That's why it's called marooned. That story what you're hearing about and maroon ran away, that's colonizer story. The backbush Negroes ran away. Yeah, the name you have in America, backwoods Negro, is in Suriname. Ze heten Bakabusi-negers. Yeah, they are the runaways. They used to run away from plantation, try to join the maroon. And sometimes it was to betray us to the colonizer, so the colonizer would know where we are. They will act like they are escaping, and when you went over there like, hey, one of those niggas escaped, man. You saw the colonizer behind them. Let's go, man. That's what you used to do. Just like Tariq Nasheed. That's why when we come over there, many of those who know this story will stay away from you because you are a treacherous people for my people. Though most Africans don't know that you are fake. They think that they don't know that they don't know that you niggas are you are a city Negro from New York. Yeah? When you go to New Orleans and Louisiana, you just look for the Gulagichi, Garifuna, Seminole, those mixed black Indians. Those can say, yeah, I'm a maroon man, because they were in the deep jungle. Yeah, my people have bows and arrow just like the Amer Indian. Yes, real one. Even I had my bows and arrow when I was like 4 or 5 years old from my grandfather. You know nothing. My people in Brazil live just like the Amer Indian. They have villages, big village. Yeah. Let's
When
hear
you're
it, man.
slaughtering each other in Chicago in the inner cities, that is not hate. Y'all are the most hateful group of humans that ever lived on this planet. And that shit that I just said, it's happening every damn day in Chicago and in other cities, East St. Louis. Some of these places are like war zones you can't even go to. And who are the orchestrators of this? It's not Black Americans. It's the Black Pookies. I call them Timu Blacks. And people that subscribe to this hashtag FBA ideologies. They are the ones that are doing it. Normal Black folks ain't doing that. They're going to work. They're minding their own business.
That's why they say hurt people, those who got hurt will hurt other people. That's what's happening right now. These guys, they got hurt on the plantation and now they mad at everybody who says, no man, I don't want to play along with this, man. Oh yeah, you don't like us. You don't like children, man. Y'all act like children. They don't want to play with us. Those Africans, those Caribbeans, they took the women. Man, yeah. What do you think these black American women will do if they see you have nothing? No, you wanna come on the YouTube and say, yeah, I got money, man. Money means nothing on your age. You should have the skill when you was a young boy, when you was in your school. You should have developed the skill to speak and talk to women. You don't have that. You're not used to it. And when Nana Kwaku will show the video, that's what we're gonna see. Somebody who's not used to be with a woman. That's what I saw. Real talk. Yeah. Let's see.
If it ain't your own family members, oh y'all care about your mama and them, y'all. But the communities y'all come from, oh no, this is not everybody. Let me just say that. But people like him, oh yeah, no, ain't gonna develop them. Why you think we here?
No, you're not. You're not. We're gonna show the audience why you're there. Okay.
Why we here?
Okay.
Why the Jamaican?
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see why he's there. We just want to be.
Yo, Duke Jackson, this is not the Bruce Lee. This is immediately. Let's check it, man.
Pragmatic here.
The real reason why you and Tariq
see all that
Nasheed
talking they
are
did?
traveling.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I like, sometimes you just have to be honest about certain things.
Say hi to everybody. So
Dit is Duke Jackson dus. Die zegt dat hij Afrika gaat helpen. Dit is wat hij daar ging doen. Dit was 2019 en we weten niet al hoe lang ze daar ging. Is net als hoe die gasten naar Thailand gaan. Heel veel Nederlanders, many of these Dutch people and from Australia, they go to Thailand to do these things. Yeah. And these guys think I'm gonna go over there because I'm gonna blend in. And if I go back to America, I have nothing. I can talk to the government and give some information maybe. Yeah, that's how the slavery was. That's how I know you people. Ja, zo ken ik die gasten, nigga. Toen ik opgroeide, mijn opa zei altijd, die kills zijn treacherous people. Ze lijken op jou, maar daarom zeggen ze not all skin folk is kin folk. Y'all say over there. It's also for you niggas over there, nigga. That's how we view you. My people in America, they view you as the white man. It's the truth. If you go to my people in the jungle, they will say, and I say, hey, there is somebody here. Who is it? A Negro. What kind of Negro? African? No. City Negro. Oh, where is the white man? Because we used to you bringing the white man to capture my people, bringing them into slavery or killing them, or catching Indians, chopping off their head and go and sell it for your freedom. That's why Tariq Nasheed said he's a freed man. He got let free. Me, I did not get let free. I was never on plantation. We are dread life. You don't know nothing. Not all Africans went with boat over there and went to the plantation. Many boats were. You don't let me not speak on this. That's why I have a treaty. My place my place in Suriname is forbidden for even the Suriname police to come over there. Yes, it's sovereign territory. We have a king in America. Yes, we have kings. It's not even one. 6. The Indians have kings. Deze kills zijn gek geworden. Een Gramang is een koning. Daarom kom ik die Brunswijk en die gasten vooruit schelden. Omdat ze hun rechten niet kennen. Nigger. De kills moeten gewoon besluiten nemen. Het is gewoon koninklijk gebied. Daarom kregen ze geld van de koning van Nederland. For the treaty. That's why if somebody escaped from the plantation, my country was a different country where they call Sipaliwini now. It used to be called Njuka. Go to Nigeria, you'll find my grandfather Apuju. You will find it in Nigeria. One side of mine is Ghana, one side is Nigeria. One of my grandover is Benin. Those people in Suriname are mixed from the peninsula of Benin Peninsula. Yeah, you know nothing. Joke Jackson. Your name is Juka. Yeah, that's what joke means. Dodo. But not because it means like opdoeken. Gone. Let's leave it at that. It's too much to explain. You don't. Otherwise, I have to go into etymology and all those stuff, man. You won't understand it. I thought you was a surgeon, but it was also a lie, like Tariq Nasheed. Just saying. Let's hear.
Let me get the live chat up, guys. This is her first time doing this, so she doesn't really.
That's some big balls Jirello shit. Did this guy really go to Africa for Pan-Africanism and to develop Africa? Do you really think that's what he did? This is just when he starts to go there. So we already know why he went there. To talk. It thinks that people forget these things, you know? You never went there with the right intentions anyway, motherfucker. What are you talking about? If they scam you, like Akinji said in the other stream, you've been paying discount bucks the whole time you've been there. So let them scam you, bro.
She can't really see. She doesn't know much about YouTube. But she said I'm fat.
Oh ja, ik heb deze ook niet kunnen vertalen naar Nederlands hoor, want het was tijdens een livestream, want Duke Jackson was live en Nana Kwaku streamde ook die commentary live op hetzelfde moment. Toen ging Duke Jackson die video snel weg. Hey Duke Jackson, you took the video down quickly like Sanetter. Go and ask Sanetter what I want. Yeah, go and ask Sanetter and tell him the Lord will come with fire. Yeah, let's hear it, nigga.
Damn, what's going on? Hold on a second. All right, guys, I can't even see what's going on in the chat right now. All right. Let me go to my chat.
Hey, Sanetter, I don't have your time, nigga. I'm done with you long time ago, yeah? So, Guan, I see you everywhere when you move. Yeah, just saying. Unless you think, yeah. Yeah, just saying. Let's go.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. King of Kampala.
All right, we got 31 people watching. 36 people watching.
Okay. Hey.
All right, can you guys...
Isn't O'Shea the guy that was just mocking me? He had 31 people watching at the time. Channels grow, fellas. Don't worry. They forget where they start from. Channels grow. Channels grow. They act like they just started like that. But anyway, let's watch. I don't want to interrupt this beauty.
Guys, is the internet going pretty good or is it going slow? What up, All Mall? What up, Mr. Marcus? Man, where is Lala? All right, can you guys? Is the internet? All right, cool. So, all right, so Rosalind, I'm sorry. What's your name? Tell them what your name is.
Rosalind.
Rosalind. Okay. What part of Uganda are you from?
Kampala.
Kampala.
Yeah.
All right. Like, but what kind of? Where were you born? Where were you born in?
Sokoto.
And where's that at? Like, what part of Uganda is that at?
In the West.
In the West. Okay, so she lives in Kampala,
Mhm.
but she's from the West.
Did she also did she wear deodorant or she was also funky? Right? Did she wear deodorant? Or you only say that when it suits you?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, like a lot of people from the West, they moved to Kampala. You came here for school or?
Yeah, for school.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, so I thought Africa wasn't developed. They have schools now? O'Shea, they have schools?
We were talking a little bit about like weave and makeup and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
how do you feel about that? Because this is a big topic, like in America and amongst Africa. What do you feel like about makeup?
Dumb question.
No, it's fine. Come back.
Wait.
You're shy. No, it's fine. You look good. Come on, let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about also why you're gonna go to USA. Come on, let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about also why you're gonna go to USA. Come on, let's talk about it.
What did he say? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it why you wanna go to the USA. Nigga? Ain't that what you said, Duke Jackson? You Jukaka. Do you know what it means? It's real what I'm speaking to you. You Juka. Isap sana. You Jukaka. You don't know. Hey, Duke Jackson. Yeah, let's leave it at that, man. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even want to do this, man. Like, because we used to see you as a quiet, relaxed guy who like Africans. Even when you said, yeah, these Africans is taking all the women, Jamaicans taking, still we was like, that's everywhere people might say that. Even in Africa, some might say, yeah, these Americans taking all the women. Who cares? If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. Go on, man. Women is for everybody. It's not yours. Otherwise, her father can say, that's my daughter, nigga. Understand that? That's my culture. If two men is fighting over a woman, the father might step in and say, nigga, get along, get. This is my daughter, nigga. Nobody is getting this. You see? That's culture. You don't know these things. Are you there, Kai Pikimbia? Hey, Duke Jackson, your name is Pikimbia. Are you there, Kai Pikimbia, boy?
We're gonna talk about also why you're gonna go to USA. Some of these guys have we done seen it. They said they want us to come back.
That's what?
They said we done seen the ass now. Come back.
We done seen the ass now come back.
You see? Dit is waarom die kill daar is. Teammates chanten gewoon. And I'm coming to help Africa. How? By misusing women? Yeah. I'm exposing Dr. Arikana. Arikana is in Suriname. Also, Alikana. Go Rikanau Mofu. All those names over there. Yeah, I already told you, your New York is New Amsterdam. Your Harlem is here. Your Brooklyn is Breukelen. Nigga. All those places I'm naming are also in Suriname because it's Dutch territory. It was an empire, just like Mali Empire. That's what you don't understand. Yeah. A Jamaican can take his passport and go to England because England is an empire. The Dutch government is an empire with Curaçao and used to be with Suriname. Somebody from Curacao can take his ID card and jump in a plane and go to Europe whenever he likes, 10 times a day. Because he's just another European, another Dutchman, not Dutchman, but Nederlander, Hollander, niet Hollander, Nederlander. Because Dutchman is ethnicity. Just like you have your ethnicity, that's why nobody cares if you say you FBA. But if you're gonna come over here and say, yeah, and fuck this nigga, you have, it's not your country, nigga. The first one on the planet is the African. Go back to your scientists and go ask a job. And even this English guy I showed you, not guy, but professor I showed you like yesterday or the day before that. Yeah, he's gonna tell you 30,000 years ago, only Africans were on this planet. An African is somebody with an afro. Even on the North Pole, no matter where you come from, as long as you are a black man, you are an African. Didn't you hear that song? Inoyerapo kudati boy. Go to Peter Tosh, yeah, and get in touch with a little bit of maroonness. All those Rasta, most Rasta, real Rasta are maroons. They are stuck in nature. Maroon means being stuck. He's marooned in the jungle. He's marooned in his house. He's not coming out. He's living like a kluizenaar. What is a kluizenaar in English? Like those people in the monastery. A kluizenaar. He's marooned. He's not coming out. They are not coming out of the jungle, those Africans over there. That's why we were called Africans, because they considered us to be wild people. If you was broken by an education so-called on the plantation, they would name you a Negro. You would become civilized. That's why you've got the 5 civilized tribes over there in North America. Yeah? In Suriname we got the same thing. They are called zwaartejagers, black hunters. Go and Google that. Black hunters, Suriname or South America. Treaty of 1760, Suriname, South America. And you will see. Bonnie War. Yeah? You don't know Jack and Duke Jackson. And Tariq Nasheed is too stupid. I'm gonna read you your book in a minute. The Art of Making. Yeah, just saying. He's making y'all FBAs. So I don't want to say FBA, man. That's foolery. Made up. How can you be FBA? The planet is 2 billion years old, they say. And you want to come with something from 2024. Made up by a pimp. You are being pimped. You are being this thing you're doing with this girl and Duke Jackson. That's what Tariq is doing with y'all. Understand that? The same thing you're doing here in this video that Nana Kwaku is showing here. That's what Tariq Nasheed is doing with your people over there. Nobody hated black Americans. Why? Because we consider us also to be America. America is South America. That's why you have South America. Not is South Africa, Africa. Or maybe only North Africa is Africa. That's why I say y'all stealing stuff. Columbus went to Haiti. And yeah, that's supposed to be America, right? Santo Domingo, Haiti. No, we are the Americans. Yeah. All those people, a Jamaican can tell you you're not American. If a Jamaican is with me, he can tell you you're not American. If a Jamaican goes to court, you have to pay him reparation for killing the Africans. It's better you had stayed quiet. We left that alone because my people, we work with God. If we make a treaty, it's done. But what you're doing now, that treaty is over. That's how you're supposed to see it. We call it Shwili Gadu. Iboko Shwili. You know that? You have broken the covenant. My people work with covenant. You have broken the covenant of peace. That's what you have done with Tariq Nasheed, FBA craziness. You FBA, so what? If somebody say I'm Kikuyu, nobody is gonna say, oh, you're not supposed to be Kikuyu. We don't have those time because we have culture. If we say, I am Kikuyu, oh, ik ben Okano, man. Okano, ja, Okaner zeggen ze daar. Oh, oké. Ja, daar heb je die Saramacano, Saramacanes, Paramacano, Mexicano. All those Mexicano Negrito are mixed with Africans and Native Americans from Asia. All those Brazilians, those Brazilians even have village, not even village, city in Congo. Are you crazy? Go to Congo. You went to Congo, right? Didn't you see the Brazilian city in Congo? Congo Brazzaville. The name of the place is, I think, is Congo Brazzaville, Brazil. Nigga, you know nothing. Yeah, that's why I'm saying you're not our people, because you're used to the city. You don't know this history. You know what the plantation owner told you. You need the Africans sold you into slavery. This and after that, I'm in the jungle in America, and then y'all started naming me. You are the African, and started attacking my people in the jungle. You couldn't find the African on the continent, so you started attacking the Maroons now. And today, the day you see the Africans come back on internet, now we're gonna attack them again. You've been doing this for 500 years. It's not a joke. That's the real talk. Your name is Zwarte Jager. Yeah, the Black Hunter. On Curaçao, your name is Bounty. In North America, that's where the name Bounty Hunter comes from. The capturer of the runaway slave. You are the runaway slave. I was in the jungle. You ran away. We came to the plantation to get women. Yeah, just like you went to Africa to get women, we used to come to the plantation to get those black women because we know, hey, those women are just black like we are. So let's go and free them and take those women and bring them into the interior to maroon with us, to live with us. I'm marooning here. Ik maro hier. Ik mitumi mie ankraja. Mie deya. You gek. Know nothing. Yare? Arguadapi. Let's hear it from Nana Kwaku, man.
Wait, let it.
They said she got ass though, you see?
Hey.
She's beautiful, right? Like, she don't have no makeup on, she don't have no weave or anything.
Look at me.
Oh shit! With all your YouTube, this is what you're able to pull. I mean, I don't want to knock my own sister here, but you know, what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Lames will be lame.
So, just talk to them. Like, say anything.
Please.
They're all USA people. They're all USA people. They're all USA people.
Okay.
America. You want to go to America, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why do you want to go to America?
I want to go for
Work.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know anybody that works?
So this guy's advertising America to these women, and then the guys that are already in America, he's telling them that they are what for leaving the U.S. They forget that some of them go there, marry people, bring them here. There are reasons some people move here because of family, right? But only when it suits them. This is how narcissistic people think, and this narcissism is what has really ruined their communities. And it never leaves them, you know. It never leaves them. You're seeing it on display. This are not my.
Yeah, these guys, he's right. They think they have the right to take whatever they want because they are the children of the plantation owner. That's what's going on. Nigga, I'm gonna show you another movie tomorrow about the Yardi. The Yardi had a piece in his movie of yesterday. I'm gonna show you that part. That most Negroes who were on the plantation, they were, even back then they were saying, I'm not African, man. I am mixed. I'm not African. Even if African had a child with the Indian, the child will say, I'm not African, I'm Indian. Go ask them. Because they got taught that they have to hate the African. The African sold you into slavery. An African is somebody with an afro. Only an African has an afro. If you're not African, you cannot be black. If you're not African, you cannot become a Negro. Because a Negro is a broken, so-called civilized African. He's no longer wild, like the Caucasian or the colonizer will say. Yeah, because in America they have stamped that an African is a wild man, an Indian is a wild man. That's in your book. That's why you have even the law that you are 3/5 of a man. And they can put you back into slavery if you commit a crime. The 13th Amendment, go look it up. Even I know your law better than you do in North America. And I'm in the Netherlands. Just think about it. Even my grammar is better than yours. Nigga. Mieku na itida mi haligbal. Hey Duke Jackson. No mieku na itida mi haligbal la evipia wa matay guluma bruk bruk. Oh mie guluma even bruk bruk bruk. Yara? Een paar groefjes, nigga. Let's hear
Word.
it, man.
Man.
In America from
No.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know anybody that's ever been to the United States.
No.
Why not like the United Kingdom, or why not France, or why not Germany, or those other places?
You're scary.
Don't be scared. Just us here. Have her turn around for us. Skinny as she is.
Hey, this is how these niggas helping Africans, man. Dus deze keer denken iedereen is stom zoals zij zijn, nigga. We got you, Duke Jackson. Nigga. Ja, we got you on check. Deze kills, yeah. No, man. Ja, all these things that Nana Kwaku is saying to you is real. If you go to my Maroon people, when you get up in the morning, you have to go and we had our own plantation. That's why they were using Africans, because Africans, they are used to plant. They are just like the Boers. They will plant napi, cocoyam, all those things. Mais, wat is het? Hoe moet ik eens kills mais ook alweer? Corn? Ja, corn. Ja, corn. Jullie zeggen corn. Wij zeggen mais. Ja, hè? En kalu. This mais you say is corn. We say kalu. You know nothing. Hey, where is your master, nigga? Let's
I
see
wasn't
it.
expecting that donkey booty. Hot damn. I'll tell you what, we'll start.
You see the analogy they use, donkey booty, because they're looking at Africans like we're animals and we don't, he couldn't use a better thing. Like, this is what they think of us. This is their mind.
No, the Americans, they say donkey booty when they see a big booty that is obvious. This one was just how they speak. Like, and that girl got a donkey booty. It means she's got a booty that's big. And not big, but yeah, big compared to how skinny she is. She's got a big ass. That's what they really mean. Yeah, it's stupid, I know. It's just the same thing like they say, I fuck with that nigga. Where I come from, you can't say that shit. Nigga will drop you. Say, I fuck with it. What? Hey, let's see.
So they will never excel in Africa. So yeah, I want them to scam you all, man, because you went there already scamming. Okay, you're scamming women out of box prices. You were taking advantage of women, lying to them that you take them to America so you can get an edge. Then you're talking about Africans are scamming. Yes.
Precies. Zie je? Is net als die stilo hoekels naar Suriname gaan om smas te chillen. Ik breng je naar Nederland, bla 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 bla. En bla bla. Niet iedereen is daarmee bezig, nigga. Ja, hè? Gewoon hun hele leven daar gaan zitten en dan YouTuben. En dan denken, ik ga die mensen voor rot schelden, want die smas willen jou niet chillen. If girls don't want you, go back, nigga. Because you saying this, your complaints. I have videos where you saying and these African guys they taking these black American women and all those stuff. Yeah, I have those videos. Maybe you was trying to take and some vengeance on the Africans by going over there and saying, okay, if these Africans are getting all these women here in America, I'ma go over there and get one of those women. If you did that because of that reason, you never saw them as your people. Otherwise, it would be normal. If you saw the African, so-called African, like your people, you wouldn't say anything. You would say like, they are retarded, because you consider them to be your people. But if they're not your people, then you get things like, yeah, they taking the women, man. They taking our jobs, man. Because you don't consider them to be your people. So they were smart in the beginning to see that you would never like them. Maybe that's why they did not consider you to be a friend. They don't like us. They don't wanna play with us. But you say, African booty scratcher. We hate the Haitian. Nigga, you lucky you don't know me and my people. Ikaw taki de may bokoy mo fug grupo 1, 2, 3, 5, direct. Gek. De may sabi ernstig man. De may denki de malaw man. A grandmother can pull a piece and rob somebody, nigga. That's not gangster. Pulling out a piece, a grandmother or a child can do that. Go dread life. Machete. Nigga, go to Colombia. Let they tell you. Go to South America. In South America is machete, nigga. Coche de pong fingitis kopeng ke pikimbal bongo dape. Let's hear it.
I want them to fucking scam me, man. I hope they scam the little 3.2 million or whatever you've made on YouTube over a lifetime. This is even over a lifetime talking about I make more money than you. Fuck out of here, bro.
Start a business, okay? Me and you, I promise. Me and you start a business, okay? Right now. But you can't get up in the next 5 minutes. So you and me are gonna help recruit Ugandan girls for black dudes in America. So you and me are gonna help recruit Ugandan girls for black dudes in America.
Isn't that pimping just like their boss, Tariq Nasheed? See, the pimping is like part of their thing, right? They give you like a little baby shot when they give birth to you. They give you like a vitamin K.
Alley-oop, nigga. Time for the art of making. Just like you said it, isn't this pimping? Let's hear what Tariq Nasheed is saying. Like, when did he... In the year 2000, yeah. Was in het jaar 2000 of 1999, 2000 volgens mij. Anyways, man, whatever. Let's hear it. Where do I have this thing? Blaggy here, so blah. Let's check it though.
America. Being grip.
Oh yeah, ik heb het. I had it someplace else. Yeah, man, ik zie het hier.
October 25th, 2025. My name is Remy Germain.
Okay, I'm gonna read it. It's gonna take a while, so take your coffee if you wanna listen. I would have translated it to Dutch for the Dutch viewers, but it was taking too much time. Dus je kan het later morgen ook checken. Rechts in die hoek heb je toch een kam. Er zit zo'n kam, zo'n... Het is een kam in Engels ook alweer. Moet documentaal praten toch. Wat even... So, I will get to it in English. There is a... Hoe heet een kam in English? Ja, weet ik English, ja. Nou, een kam, I forgot the name what a cam is. We say cam here in Netherlands, but there is something on the right. Just you can click it and change the language after that I'm done with the live stream. If you wanna, nee, meer takkie Engels. Ik moet Nederlands spreken. Als je het wil vertalen, kan je nadat ik die livestream en heb afgesloten, kan je rechts in die hoek kan je gewoon die taal vertalen bij die Engelse stukjes op Nederlands zetten. Dan kan je die ondertiteling kijken van die video's. Al is het niet nu, want nu als ik het afspeel ga je alleen Engels horen. Dus had ik het nog moeten vertalen, zou nog te lang duren, man. Let's hear it. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now. And let's hear Tariq Nasheed, what is written down is in his art of making. Ja, je hoort nu wie echt de leider is van die FBA. Ja, let's hear it.
Alice. I am a Maroon from Suriname, South America, and I currently live in the Netherlands. When you look at Tariq Nasheed and his work, it's important to see him not just as an entertainer or historian, but as someone whose actions often resemble those of a pimp in his own narratives. In his books, like The Art of Maken, he teaches men how to manipulate relationships for personal gain, presenting himself as an expert in control and influence. Yet, when we examine his broader work, we start to see a pattern of exploitation, particularly of black communities. Early in his career, Nasheed capitalized on Pan-African support, raising funds through platforms like GoFundMe for his film projects, most notably the Hidden Color series. These projects were framed as celebrations of African history, but they also profited from the very communities they claimed to uplift. And now, ironically, his movement, Foundational Black Americans, or FBA, positions itself in a way that explicitly excludes Africans and Caribbean people, claiming they do not belong in the narrative of true Black Americans. Tariq Nasheed has made films about the Haitian Revolution of 1804, highlighting an important story of resistance, yet he simultaneously erases or appropriates the identity of the Maroon people. The Maroons, descendants of escaped slaves in Jamaica and Suriname, represent a unique legacy of resistance and self-determination. Nasheed not only dismisses them but often attacks them, encouraging delinquency within his FBA network. Meanwhile, he sells products like Ogun juice, a so-called spiritual beverage inspired by African gods, profiting from a culture he misrepresents. Now, in films like American Maroon, Nasheed and the FBA claim a connection to Maroon heritage. But the truth is, they are city blacks, descendants of enslaved Africans who became intermediaries for colonists in America, sometimes acting as slave catchers for plantations. They are not the forest-dwelling, autonomous Maroons who fought to maintain freedom in the Americas. The FBA and Nasheed's network are, in effect, urban enforcers of oppression, aligned historically with the very system that hunted and enslaved their own people. This is why the FBA's claims to reparations are deeply ironic. Many of them descend from those who collaborated with colonists, capturing escaped slaves, while the true Maroon communities, like the Garifuna in Central America or the Aukeners in Suriname, resisted, fought, and preserved their freedom in the force. Nasheed steals not only the narrative but the culture itself, presenting himself as a protector of history while actively misrepresenting it. So, when we engage with Tariq Nasheed's work today, we must do so critically. We must question whose stories are being told, who benefits, and who is being erased. This video will unpack these contradictions, examine the FBA's xenophobic and elitist ideology, and highlight the historical realities of the Maroons versus the city blacks Nasheed claims to represent. The Art of Maken by Tariq Nasheed, FBA leader and foundational Broken American. Narrated by Remy Germain Jallis. The Netherlands, Europe. Introduction and shout-outs. I will start with the shout-out section. This book was published in the Caribbean in the year 2000. Shout-outs. I have to say what's up to everyone who helped out and contributed to the making of this book. Doug Green, Reggie McBride, Maisha, Nicole, Destiny, my right hand Leah Lalipaplov, Reese, Kevin Stacker, Jim Cypher, Brother Prize, The Ghetto Dynasty Click, K, Megabox, Uncut, Pimp Tight, Frank Nitty, Fat Daddy, Frank Ventura, Virgil, Rosebud, Franklin and Drew Neely, Tracy McGregor, and The Source for being the first hip-hop publication that had the courage to give props to my previous book, Talia M. Nasheed, and a special shout-out to all the females who will read this book and say, that would never work on me. The game has been the same since the beginning of time. The only thing that changes are the players. Table of Contents. Introduction, page 7. Chapter 1. What is a true mech? Page 23. Chapter 2. The Four Types of Sisters, page 35. Chapter 3, How to Be a Pimp, page 71. Chapter 4, Macan Do's and Don'ts, page 95. Chapter 5, How to Work the Club, page 123. Chapter 6, Guaranteed Ways to Get Sex from Women, page 157. Chapter 7, How to Be a Gigolo, page 177. Chapter 8, How to Peep Out Gold Diggers, page 193. Conclusion, page 215. Introduction. This book, The Art of Macan, takes a fun yet serious look at modern male-female relationships from an urban point of view. Currently, there are many relationship books geared towards women, the rules, how to marry a man, etc., that teach women how to subtly manipulate men into relationships. The Art of Macan is the first how-to book that teaches men how to actually become players and macs, and how to use pimp game as a form of manipulation, not deceit, in order to get what they want from women, whether it is sex, money, or companionship. This book teaches men what to say word for word in order to reach their intended goal. When I use the term manipulate, I am not implying anything necessarily negative. Men and women manipulate each other all the time. I am simply teaching guys how to stay on top of their game when dealing with women. The Art of Macan is also the first book that tells men exactly what to say word for word in order to get sex from women guaranteed. By using my tried and proven methods of Macan, brothers are guaranteed to increase their player ratio by at least 50%. The information in this book is also intended for women to read. By soaking in some of this game, women can take an objective look at themselves and improve their own skills. Many women will see a bit of themselves in some of the female types I described throughout the chapters. I give full descriptions and details of all kinds of women, ranging from top-notch women, independent women, hoodrats, chickenheads, groupies, hoochies, hookers, and everything in between. Many women have asked me, why are you writing a book showing men how to be mats and players? And they often say things like, that's the problem now. We have too many brothers trying to be players and not enough responsible men. One thing I've noticed is that most of the women who say this are players themselves. They don't want a brother to learn the game because once he does, they can't get over on him anymore. The fact is, most females are better players than men are, because women tend to be more manipulative and cunning. Women who are players look for brothers who have no game, because they can then manipulate those men for their own benefit. Now, don't get me wrong. There are many bomb sisters out there who have themselves together and would make excellent partners. But a bomb sister is like a diamond, and to find a diamond you have to dig and search in all the right places. The problem is, there are too many cubic zirconium females walking around on the surface, easily accessible but not genuine. One of the purposes of this book is to help men sift through the fake females to get to the diamond girls. This screening process is especially necessary in Los Angeles, where many people believe it's necessary to put up a front. Since Hollywood itself is built on image, many people think they must live that image 24/7. That's why so many people get caught up trying to live the so-called LA life, forgetting that Hollywood is a job, not a lifestyle. Unfortunately, since many cubic zirconium females tend to stand out and get so much attention, people often assume all sisters are like that, and obviously that's not true. That's why it's important for a man to know how to peep game when dealing with women. I could simply tell all men to go out, find the first good woman you meet, settle down, and live happily ever after. But for the most part, that's unrealistic, because if it were that simple, the world would be a much better place. You have to develop some level of game evaluation to figure out which females are good for you and which are not. If you don't have game, you could easily go through life thinking you have a good woman, when in reality, you've got a chicken head. If you're a brother already in a relationship, and you know without a shadow of a doubt that you have a good woman, then by all means maintain that relationship. You can still use some of the information in this book to keep the spark alive and maintain intrigue within your relationship. But if you're a single brother, this book should now serve as your reference guide from this point on, or at least until you decide to settle down. The purpose. By writing this book, I also want to give people a clear, inside view of the life of a player and a Mac, how a Mac thinks and how he evaluates women. I also want to clear up some of the myths and misconceptions surrounding Macs and players. Even though I've included humor throughout the chapters, the content of this book is very serious and extremely effective. Much of this information will benefit women directly and indirectly, because I give men tips on elevating themselves, both verbally and sexually, which in turn helps them satisfy women better. Reading this book will help men to 1. Overcome the fear of rejection from women and boost their confidence. 2. Approach women more smoothly and correctly. 3. Learn ways to stimulate women mentally and physically. 4. Improve and increase their sex lives. 5. Lift their self-esteem, which in turn makes them more desirable to women. Tariq Nasheed. Now, some of the language and terminology throughout this book may seem borderline misogynistic, but in order to give you a clear idea of what goes on in the mind of a Mac, and how the game is put down, I have to use certain street euphemisms and player colloquialisms. The main misconception about the Mac in game is that many brothers feel they have to step to women with lies and deception in order to get any play. The number one rule of being a successful Mac is to be true to the game, and the game will be true to you. Although a few white lies are fair game for an aspiring Mac or player, a truly seasoned Mac's game should be so tight, he should have no problem coming across as honest as possible. If a person has become accustomed to deceiving others, after a period of time that person will start deceiving himself. This, in turn, creates circular reasoning. When people go into relationships with deceitful intentions, they often have the nerve to get frustrated when the outcome of the relationships is negative. For example, a brother might say to himself, I can't get a woman unless I'm flossing or high rolling. So he goes out and purchases 12. The art of macking, flamboyant clothes, glitzy jewelry, and tries to entice women by flashing his cash and claiming that he can do all sorts of extravagant things for them. Then, when certain females call his bluff and drain his bank account dry, he complains that all these females just want money, and why can't I find a woman who wants me for me? He went full circle by creating a negative scenario, and then becoming disappointed by the negative outcome. Many females will say to themselves, if I show off my body, I can get more attention from men. So they start dressing hoochie. They then have the nerve to claim that all men want is sex. Why can't I find a man who likes me for the person I am inside? Why can't I find a good man? These women never think to ask themselves, why would a good man want a hoochie? This is why it is very important to be true to yourself and true to the game. Some of the most common questions that people ask me are, what makes you, Tariq, such an expert on the art of macking? Are you still a player? If not, what made you stop? How did you learn all this game? Since you have so much game, can you get any woman you want? 13. Tariq Nasheed. Many people mac for recreational purposes, but I was at a point in my life where I had to mac out of necessity. During my teenage years, I was living on my own out here in Los Angeles, and this brought on a certain level of responsibility. Since I didn't have any other adequate skills to aid in my survival and standard of living, I had to utilize the resources that were given to me naturally. Those resources were hustling and macking. The essence of macking is having the power of persuasion. I figured that a person who is charismatic and persuasive can achieve anything they want in life, and this is what made me become one of the greatest Macs in the country. By me having Mac'd thousands of women over the years, I've basically learned the art of Mac'ing from a hands-on, trial and error approach. But, like the song from R&B singer Joe implies, I'm not a player no more. Most players get out of the game because of old age. They reach a certain point in their lives where they run out of options when it comes to females, so they then decide to settle down and get married. Basically, many players get forced into retirement. 14. The art of macking. This wasn't the case with me because I'm still relatively young. The age demographic of women who still give me play is between 18 and 35. And I'm not even close to the midlife crisis stage. But I feel that it's time for me to settle down and hitch up. The reason I'm not in the game anymore is because I've mastered the game, and what fun is it to play a game when you already know the outcome? When you become an expert on peeping game and figuring females out, it is no longer a challenge for you to play the field. So, basically, I'm no longer a player, I'm now a coach. Most brothers start to perfect their macking skills in their late 20s and early 30s. Normally, when a man is in his late teens or early 20s, he may be going to school to starting a new career, etc., and his money isn't right at this point. This somewhat limits his dating options. Many brothers at this age tend to date the local little hood rats that are in his immediate community. But when a brother reaches his late 20s, he becomes more financially stable, and he now has the means to step up his lifestyle. He is now able to maintain a decent car and a decent home, and he is also able to branch out and date 15. Tariq Nasheed. A variety of different females from all walks of life. And the more options you have, the more experience you can gain. Many brothers feel they need about 6 or 7 years of playing the field, or getting their Mac on. So many men start dwindling out of their player stage when they reach their mid to late 30s. Once a man grows tired of playing the field, he becomes more relaxed in his demeanor, and more honest with himself and the females he deals with. This is why women say that men are the most sexy at around age 40. From my early teens, I moved around a lot from city to city, and this exposed me to a variety of types of females. Since I had more responsibilities than the average person my age, I was able to attract a class of females that were more socially advanced. Experiencing this better class of women put me in the position to tighten up my game at an early age. Consequently, I was able to grow out of my player stage at a relatively early age as well. Since I'm not in the game anymore, I don't have a problem with sharing some of my Mackin secrets and tricks of the trade. 16. The art of Mackin. Being a Mac doesn't mean that you can get any woman you want. No one can get anybody they want. That's just not reality, because every woman has different tastes. If you are a black man who wants to get with a female who only dates Eskimos, you're wasting your time, because if you can't build her an igloo, she's not going to give you the time of day. That doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. It's just that the female has a fetish for something totally different. So the Mackin game is about screening for women who want you as much as you want them. There's an old saying that states, there is someone for everybody. And that saying is extremely true. Plus, it's foolish to want someone who doesn't want you anyway. No matter how you look, or what your situation is, every brother has Mackin potential. If you have the confidence to put the Mac down, and make yourself available for women to soak in your game, you should have no problem satisfying your relationship agendas. One of the rules of the game is that you have to sometimes have a slot machine mentality. If you keep on playing the slots, you're bound to hit a jackpot sooner or later. 17. Tariq Nasheed. I have a friend who was in a car accident many years ago, and it knocked out most of his teeth and slightly disfigured his nose. And even with his disfigurements, my friend still has a different female at his crib every night. Why? Because he knows how to put his bait in. He keeps fishing for females until one of them takes the bait. Plus, he has become totally immune to getting dissed. He also understands that one woman's frog is another woman's prince. So, for every 10 females who kick him to the curb, there are going to be 2 females who will catch him. This is why you have to make yourself available for women to keep you out. Sitting around at home, afraid to get out because you might get dissed, is simply not going to cut it. You have to at least put yourself in a position to socialize with women. Even if you just like hanging out with your boys, gather up your homies and hang out where females hang out, and I don't mean strip clubs. Even if you're not spitting game when you go out, there's still a chance for you to come up. I remember I used to see this one brother at all the clubs throughout Los Angeles. He was a normal-looking brother, but he had one leg. 1. The art of Mackin. Of my female friends who used to always see him at the clubs as well said to me, you know, I kind of feel sorry for that guy with the one leg. I see him everywhere I go. I bet females don't give him the time of day. Well, I know what, she continued. I'm gonna help that brother out. I'm gonna give him some ass. Plus, I've never done it with a brother with one leg before, so it might be kind of freaky. And this is a nice looking female, mind you. The point is, if this brother just sat around worrying about getting dissed, he would have missed out on a pleasurable opportunity. He got out and made himself available to women, like a Mac is supposed to do. Sure, the female had sex with him out of sympathy, but there is nothing wrong with a little pity pussy. Another important thing to know about being a Mac is that you must have a lot of self-discipline. This is important so that you won't have a need to hound women for sex. A lack of control over his sexual desires has been man's downfall since the beginning of time, as in the case of Samson and Delilah, Anthony and Cleopatra, Jim Baker and Jessica Hahn, Bill Clinton and Monica, etc. There is no way for a 19. Tariq Nasheed man to become a successful Mac unless he learns how to control his sexual appetite. One way to learn self-discipline is to fast. If you can control something as natural as eating, then you can control anything. Once you gain control over your sexual libido, you will learn to make decisions with your big head instead of your dick head. I must also note that there is a difference between a player and a Mac. The effects of a player are short-term, whereas the effects of a Mac are long-term. As I mentioned earlier, all men have Mac-in potential. They just have to tap into the Mac within. When all men begin dating and becoming sexually active, they automatically become members of the TMA through Mac association. Once you become a member of the TMA, you automatically receive 10 Mac-in points. And the way you utilize your Mac-in skills from that point on will determine whether your 10 Mac-in points will be maintained or deducted. This is sort of like having a credit card. In some instances, when you are given a bank account, you automatically receive a credit card, and that card will have a certain limit on it. The way you use the card will determine if funds will be deducted or if more credit will be added. Once all the credit is relinquished, you are no longer a card member. The same goes with the TMA. Once all of your 10 Mac-in points are deducted, you are no longer considered a true Mac. For example, if you cry in front of a woman, that's 2 points deducted, and if you pay for sex, that's 5 points deducted, etc. There is nothing wrong with a brother retiring his TMA membership gracefully and kicking it with one female while living happily ever after. But if you claim to be in the Mac-in game, you have to abide by the TMA rules. Otherwise, you are just talking the talk, and simply claiming the game doesn't make you a Mac. You have to live the game. As I mentioned before, the information in this book can be applied to people who are trying to maintain normal, healthy, monogamous relationships, as well as aspiring Macs. Since I am the world's first and only Mac-in counselor, you can rest assured that my expertise is highly effective. People with relationship problems have always come to those of us in the Mac-in community for advice. Even Boxing 20. Tariq Nasheed. Great Mike Tyson is said to have received marital advice from the legendary Iceberg Slim. One of the reasons I wanted to write this book is that many of my friends and associates, men and women, who sought my advice on problems they were having in relationships, told me that the advice I gave them changed their lives for the better. Some of these people had been to so-called professional counseling, only to receive no improving results. So once the stereotypes, myths, and misconceptions about Macs are cleared up, you will understand that a true Mac is indeed an asset to society. 22. Chapter 1. What is a true Mac? This chapter will help men look at female situations from a Mac's point of view. I will point out how true Macs deal with women from a logical standpoint instead of an egotistical standpoint. So, instead of being driven crazy like the average brother, by a woman's many moods, a true Mac can calmly analyze the woman and deal with her accordingly, depending on her persona. But before you can learn about the woman's persona, you have to know and understand your own persona and objectives. Men are physical creatures and women are emotional creatures. Most men are only concerned with the superficial characteristics of women, and most women can detect this when they deal with men. Most women use logic and valid reasoning when dealing with men, and for the most part, women are clear on their objectives. This is why most women can outthink the average brother. Once the woman has figured the man out, the game is over because she now has him whipped, so to speak. The reason the game is over is because the woman is not intrigued anymore. It is human nature for people to mentally stimulate themselves by finding answers to the unknown. Take, for instance, putting the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle together. Once all the pieces of the puzzle are put together, you are not interested in that puzzle anymore, so it's on to the next game. One of the objectives of a true Mac is to constantly add new pieces to that puzzle, so that the woman will continue to be interested in his game. A true Mac will always use logic in any situation. By using logic, a true Mac can analyze a situation, then act accordingly. But a brother thinking with his ego will act on a situation without analyzing it and, Therefore, play himself. For example, a woman may tell the square, average brother, "You are the sexiest man in the world." The square brother, thinking with his ego, will actually believe that he is the sexiest man in the world, and this allows the woman to then manipulate him. So, whenever the woman is trying to get over on the square, all she has to do is cater to his ego, and he will fall 24. The art of maken. For anything, hook, line and sinker. Now, if a woman says to a mak, "You are the sexiest man in the world," a mak, using logic, will ask himself, why is she telling me this? Why is she trying to stroke my ego? What is she trying to gain? This is how you figure out a woman's true agenda. There are only 3 types of relationships, and this is one of the most important things a mak should know. People get into relationships for emotional gratification, sexual gratification, and/or financial gratification. A woman may be in a relationship with a man whom she doesn't get along with emotionally, and his financial status may not be all that great, but he's real good in bed. That's a relationship based on sexual gratification. Or a man may be in a relationship with a woman who he isn't compatible with emotionally or sexually, but she helps him out with his car note, rent, etc. That's a relationship based on financial gratification. The job of a true mak is to figure out the woman's true agenda, because most women will not tell you overtly what their true agenda is. Some women pretend they want an emotional relationship with a man, when they're really just 25. Tariq Nasheed, trying to get a few dollars out of him for next month's rent. This is why you use your logic instead of your ego. In using logic, you can see past all the BS. Now that you have a clear understanding of the types of relationships there are, it is time to analyze and understand what type of brother you are. There are generally 2 types of brothers, swales and hustlers. In the hustling category, there are 3 types: players, maks and pimps. There are also 2 types of players, the hustling player and the square player. A player's general objective is to have sexual encounters with as many women as possible. The hustling player will play until he realizes that it's time for him to graduate into mak status. He will then realize that he should at least receive some type of material gain as a result of his sexual encounters. But a square player has no desire for financial or material gain. He just wants to get as much coochie as possible. If you are a brother who is rolling in dough, there's nothing wrong with this. But if you're a brother who isn't ballin' like that, playing the field for recreational purposes is cool. 26. The art of maken. For a while, but at a certain point you have to start playing to come up. Since a player's main objective is achieving sex from women, playin' is considered the simplest form of hustling. Pimpin' is considered the extreme form of hustling, because a true pimp's only objective is money. Bottom line. The mak falls into that gray area between playin' and pimpin'. A mak is a brother who uses his verbal skills to attain his each and every goal, whether it's sex, money, love, employment, etc. A true mak can talk his way into and out of any situation. There's a saying in the hustling community that states, square players get played, pimps get paid, maks persuade. So, basically, a true mak has the ability to get the paper, the power, and the pussy. In the layman society, there are generally 4 types of brothers. I refer to them as the 4 Ps. 1. Players, square players. 2. Professionals. 3. Pushovers. 4. Parolees. 27. Tariq Nasheed. All 4 of these brothers have positive and negative attributes. Here is an analysis of the 4 Ps. Players. The good thing about players is they know what to say to women to stimulate them mentally. They also learn how to deal with a number of women fairly well. The hustling player has a high level of verbal game because he has to be very convincing to his women in order to come up on material items. But the square player doesn't really have any type of exceptional game. By using the slot machine technique, which I described before, he just happens to luck up on some ass every now and then. Although it is good for a player to continue rolling the dice until he makes a payoff, he should still use some form of strategy to help increase his chances of winning. Many unseasoned, square players will lie, steal, cheat, or do whatever it takes to get women into their bed. Almost every aspect of the square player's life revolves around him figuring out how to get new 28. The art of maken. The art of maken. Gucci. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get your freak on every now and then. But when it consumes every aspect of your life, and you have nothing to show for it, then you are playing yourself. Staying at the player level and not graduating to max status is like staying in the 12th grade for the rest of your life and not graduating to college. Professionals. The professional brother is usually a well-educated brother. He usually comes from a stable family structure. He has been to the best schools, and he is used to all the finer things in life. These are the brothers who eventually become doctors, lawyers, accountants, executives, and very astute businessmen. These brothers are disciplined, intelligent, financially stable, and very goal-oriented. These are the positive aspects. On the flip side of the coin, these brothers often come off to women as being arrogant, pompous, snobby, and stuck on themselves. The problem with these brothers is that they often seem to come off as narcissists because they 29. Tariq Nasheed have a tendency to gloat about their accomplishments. I got my BA from Harvard, or I had to trade in my Benz today, etc. These brothers are often critical of others, and they sometimes look down on people that are not within their clique. A lot of professional brothers feel that black women are not good enough for them, so they are known to frequently date white women. Pushovers. Pushovers are usually the hardworking 9-to-5 brothers. These brothers are usually easygoing. They don't like to argue, and all they want is peace and harmony in their relationships. These are the brothers who know how to be sensitive with their women. These are the guys that will bring a woman flowers, open her car door for her, and call her at work throughout the day just to say hi. These brothers usually try to avoid any conflict or confrontation with their women. These men generally want to settle down and just live one day at a time. On the negative side, these brothers are usually looked upon by their women as having 30. The round-the-way girl is a hardworking sister who desperately wants to change her living condition. These women often have full-time jobs, they go to school, and they sometimes have another part-time job to help make ends meet. Many round-the-way girls refuse to be pigeonholed into vicinity relationships. They would rather be by themselves and concentrate on bettering their living situations and careers than be forced, by circumstances, to date the brothers from across the street. Appearance-wise, the round-the-way girl often keeps her hair in a simple style such as braids, because with her work schedule and lack of disposable income, it's not easy for her to get her due done on a regular basis. For the most part, round-the-way girls are decent sisters who are trying to get themselves together. The ghetto queen, on the other hand, is somewhat of a hypocrite. The ghetto queen swears she is better than everybody else in the hood and looks down on other people. But she herself still lives in the projects. Even though there are some ghetto queens that are attractive, well-kept young ladies, there are many that are only attractive to the guys in their neighborhoods. This type of ghetto queen is very popular amongst the guys around her way. The fellas have been jocking her since she was in junior high school, and this has caused her head to swell up tremendously. Since the ghetto queen has become so accustomed to praises and accolades from people in her hood, she has developed an innate fear of rejection and failure. She realizes that in the outside world, away from the hood, she has to compete with real women, and she would become just a grain of sand on a very big beach. Therefore, to avoid the risk of failure by venturing out into the world, she is content with staying in the ghetto so that the spotlight can remain on her, and she can stand out among the other hood rats. The hoochie, the chicken head. In the dating game, the chicken head is on the bottom of the totem pole. There are two types of chicken heads. The low-budget chicken head, the straight-up hoochie chicken head. The only thing different about these two types of chicken heads is their appearance. Chicken heads generally come from broken homes where there are no father figures, and their mothers have dwelled in inferior living conditions since back in the day. Instead of trying to better themselves, they continue to play the hoochie role, and then pass their chicken head traits down to their daughters. This is why there are so many second and third generation chicken heads. Many mother and daughter chicken heads even hang out, get high, and go to clubs together. To the mother chicken head, she doesn't have a daughter. She has a kick-it partner. The chicken head has no goals, no expectations or long-term outlook on life, and she is totally content with receiving her monthly county checks. Chicken heads normally have 3 to 4 kids by 3 to 4 different guys. Many dark-skinned chicken heads often try to have babies by light-skinned brothers because, in their minds, they want their babies to have the proverbial good hair. Most chicken heads never move out of their parents' home, and if they do, they move into low-income or Section 8 housing. Even if a chicken head uses Section 8 to move into a nice home, she will still keep her house nasty and then pass their chicken head traits down to their daughters. This is why there are so many second and third generation chicken heads. Many mother and daughter chicken heads even hang out, get high, and go to clubs together. To the mother chicken head, she doesn't have a daughter. She has a kick-it partner. The chicken head has no goals, no expectations or long-term outlook on life, and she is totally content with receiving her monthly county checks. Chicken heads normally have 3 to 4 kids by 3 to 4 different guys. Many dark-skinned chicken heads often try to have babies by light-skinned brothers because, in their minds, they want their babies to have the proverbial good hair. Most chicken heads never move out of their parents' home, and if they do, they move into low-income or Section 8 housing. Even if a chicken head uses Section 8 to move into a nice home, she will still keep her house nasty and filthy. In a chicken head's home, you'll always find a bunch of guys just hanging out. In addition to her own children, she is always babysitting some other chicken head's kids. If you want peace and quiet, you won't find it in the home of a chicken head, because she keeps the television up loud, the radio blasting, and a gang of kids running around screaming. Since most chicken heads don't have any type of real responsibilities, they can party and relax all day and all night as much as they please. Many chicken heads are excessive drinkers and marijuana users, which is a double-edged sword because weed makes them even more unmotivated and lazy. When the average chicken head speaks, her voice is loud and raspy due to cigarette smoking, heavy alcohol drinking, and other drug use. In addition to having a loud and raspy voice, the chicken head usually mispronounces her words and uses incorrect English. This is primarily due to lack of proper education and laziness on her part to not want to better her verbal skills. Even if a chicken head is on Section 8, she still has to pay at least some of the utility bills, and for her, even that is a struggle. She's constantly getting her phone disconnected, and when she does get it turned back on, she has it in one of her kids' names. The only bill that a chicken head will faithfully pay on time is the cable bill. A chicken head can tell you about every video that's playing on BET, every guest on Jerry Springer, and what's happening on the stories. When her phone is not disconnected, she calls up her other chicken head friends all day and gossips about all the productive people in society. She lets her children walk around dirty, with Kool-Aid stains on their clothes and unruly hairstyles. One good thing to say about some chicken heads is that, because of their food stamps and WIC vouchers, they do keep a house full of food. Appearance-wise, the low-budget chicken head and the straight-up hoochie chicken head go from one extreme to the other. The hoochie tries too much, and the low-budget female doesn't try hard enough. The low-budget female will walk around with a weave that doesn't match her real hair. Her shoes will be beat up and worn, and her feet will be dry and ashy. Since most low-budget females don't have cars, the bottom of their ankles usually have scab marks from walking long distances in bad shoes. When the low-budget female does leave the house, she normally goes to her 4 favorite places: the county building, the swap meet, the market, and the liquor store, to get her 40 ounces and blunts. Many low-budget females keep their hair in ghetto braids, the big, thick ones. There is nothing wrong with a woman sporting braids as long as they are done professionally, such as micro or mini braids. Defining the hoochie. A hoochie is a woman who overly accentuates herself. Many women go through a hoochie stage between ages 17 and 21. As their bodies develop, they receive new attention from men. Confident in their appearance, they seek to accentuate their most intriguing assets. Most females grow out of this stage within a few years, realizing that all attention is not good attention. By age 21, many shift focus from physical attributes to personal growth and meaningful relationships. The chicken head, hoochie, however, focuses primarily on her appearance and neglects personal development. She compensates for lack of financial or social success by wearing loud, flashy clothes, long acrylic nails, and gaudy jewelry. She does not realize that financially successful people often dress conservatively and have no need to show off. Hoochies may have extravagant hairstyles, glitter, and heavy makeup, sometimes with 10 to 12 earrings per ear. Clothing is often 2 sizes too small and inappropriate for many occasions. Even living in poor conditions, she ensures her hair and nails are done by the weekend. Many men must be careful when dealing with chicken heads. Sometimes they try to pass as ordinary hood rats or middle-class girls, but it's almost impossible for them to appear as top-notch. A true Mac avoids chicken heads in serious relationships, interacting only recreationally or platonically. Identifying a chicken head. I've compiled a list of ways to tell if a woman is a chicken head when you meet her. When first meeting a woman, she often tries to present herself in the most interesting way possible. But it's the nonverbal communication that you should focus on. The Art of Mackin, Part 4, Continuation. If you do decide that you want to have a sexual encounter with a rebound chick, the encounter will have to take place as soon as possible. In most cases, you have a 3-day period in which to have sexual relations with a rebound chick. That's right. You have 72 hours to get the coochie. These females don't stay mad at their mates for too long, and it's inevitable that they are going to try to reconcile their differences. This usually happens within a 2 to 3 day period, especially if she's living with her man. So, as a Mac, you have to step up your game and get that ass before she gets back with her man. I will explain how to actually get the ass in Chapter 6. Now, I know that these tactics may sound crude and deceptively manipulative, but the rebound chick is being somewhat manipulative herself. She gives the impression that she is interested in these men so that they can give her attention, cater to her, and help build up her self-esteem. And when they do, she kicks them to the curb and goes back to her mate. As the saying goes, game recognized game. And as a Mac, always stay on top of your game. The sanctified shy girl. In all fairness, there is nothing wrong with a female being a little shy, but when she is overly shy, that should signal a caution light. Shyness can have positive and negative implications. Some seemingly shy women are simply reserved. Some of these females keep their emotions so pinned up inside. When they do have a vehicle, such as sex, to release all that emotional energy, they seem to get buck wild. It's an open secret in the Mackin community that shy girls are the freakiest females, which is not a bad thing. The ideal woman for most men is the closet freak. But some of these so-called shy girls have many skeletons in their closets, and they can get a little too freaky with too many people. These women act shy because they've become insecure and fearful that if they reveal too much about themselves, others will learn of their tainted past. There may be a number of contributing factors to the overly shy girl's behavior. She may have had a threesome in high school. She could have been a stripper in college. She could have done a porno movie because she was in a financial bind. Or she could have gotten drunk and had sex with a dope. Who knows? The point is that many of these women have done so much freaking in their past that now they feel they need some type of spiritual cleansing, and they overemphasize the need to go to church. There's nothing wrong with going to church or having some type of spiritual involvement. But if you meet an extremely attractive woman who is playing the sanctified, Miss Goody Two-Shoes role a little too well, keep an eye on her. Sure, there are many good women out there. But when something seems a little too good to be true, you should be cautious. The sanctified, shy girl might have had a past so stank that she now needs divine intervention. She may be the kind of girl that has freaked half the brothers in her social circle and now claims she's saved. With no one left to freak, and all her past partners having kicked her to the curb, she now turns to the church. In many cases, if you give one of these so-called sanctified girls a sip of Long Island iced tea, she'll be back to her old hoochie ways. People can't put up fronts for too long, and the truth will always make itself known. Some of these shy, sanctified women only get saved when it's convenient for them. On Saturday night, they're at the club drunk and backing that ass up. On Sunday morning, they're in church asking the reverend to rebuke the stank demons from them. So beware of the so-called shy girl, because she may be sanctified. Madame Maybelline. Madame Maybelline is the type of female who wears entirely too much makeup. Instead of using makeup to simply highlight or accentuate her natural features, Madame Maybelline paints on an entirely new face. In most cases, When you see this type of female without her makeup on, she looks like a totally different person. Anyone can get that glamorous, feminine look if they plaster on a ton of makeup. Take cross-dressing singer RuPaul, for example. Madame Maybelline's heavily made-up look is somewhat deceptive because she is presenting a caricature of who she really is. When women go out with an excessive amount of makeup on, the message they send out is, I'm so insecure about my facial features that I have to hide behind all of these cosmetics. If a woman is an entertainer or appearing in front of a camera, wearing makeup is justified. But if a female is putting on a gang of makeup just to go to the mall, she may have issues. This type of female may have problems with insecurity, and I advise all aspiring Macs to beware. The psycho wench. Don't be fooled by the so-called psycho wench. In most cases, this type of female just likes to play crazy. The psycho wench normally has a trail of failed relationships that she probably tried to reconcile in positive ways. Since that didn't work, she now has a new way of dealing with men. If a man does something she considers deceptive or untrustworthy, her reaction is to play psycho and scare the man into submission. She figures that if she acts this way, men will think, I'd better not do anything wrong to this woman, because there's no telling what she will do to me. This type of female is extremely insecure, and her behavior is very compulsive. She acts overly jealous, pages a man's beeper 20 times in a row, leaves threatening messages, snoops through belongings, hides in bushes, tries to fight in public, or curses out his family. She will basically act like a total idiot just to prove she ain't to be messed with. Old school pimps categorize this behavior as playing the nut role. That's exactly what she's doing. Playing the role of a nut. It's all an act. A real Mac isn't intimidated by it. You have to put these women in check and let them know they can rant all they want. But a Mac is still running things. Once she sees you are not intimidated, she will regroup and come at you with some sense. Subconsciously, these women want a man to stand up and put them in check. The psycho role is really just a test. For the most part, the psycho wench routine is harmless. But be warned. There are some psycho wenches that will stab you, so be careful. A true-to-form psycho wench won't scream or rat. She is calm and emotionless. She will wait until you are vulnerable, such as asleep or in the shower, and then strike unexpectedly. Now you have a basic understanding of some of the sisters that are out there on the dating scene. Remember, do not be manipulated or misled by what some of these women tell you about themselves, because many try to present themselves as being better than they really are. As a Mac, you have to listen with your eyes. You have to read body language and other nonverbal communication to get a better understanding of the women you deal with. As I also mentioned before, none of the women in this chapter are universally good or bad. One man's bed wench may be another man's queen. There are positive and negative traits to all of these women, even the chicken heads. But a true Mac wants to stick with the high-class woman or the homegirl, and in some cases, the round-the-way hood rat, and put the other women in the platonic zone. More on the platonic zone in later chapters. Tariq Nasheed. Business depends on the type of pimp he is. King Bilbo states in his book that there are 52 versions of the pimp, but I believe most pimps generally fall into 5 basic categories. They are the gorilla pimp, the sweet Mackin pimp, the rigid pimp, the professional pimp, the overly flashy pimp. Here is a rundown of all 5 types of pimps. The gorilla pimp. The gorilla pimp is usually a big, huge bully type or a short, feisty brother with a little man's complex. This type of pimp loves beating on his hoes. Overtly, he claims this is necessary to keep his hoes in check, but in reality, he does this because it gives him a sense of power. His game isn't exceptionally tight, and kicking off in a bitch's ass is his trump card. He pimps off of fear, not respect. The sweet Mackin pimp. This is a smooth, suave, sweet-talking type of pimp. His verbal skills are almost hypnotic to women, and it is his charisma that gets him over. He tells his hoes everything they want to hear. This type of pimp makes all his hoes feel special, and he always knows the right thing to say at the right time. The sweet Mackin pimp is real good at turning girls out, because younger females are very receptive to his game. The rigid pimp. The rigid pimp is the no-nonsense type of pimp. He usually has strict rules and guidelines that his girls must abide by, and he is very uncompromising. He rarely, if ever, gets physical or violent with his girls. But if he does have to use violent tactics to discipline one of his girls, he will have his bottom bitch administer the actual physical act. The rigid pimp is adamant about his girls meeting their quotas and will accept no excuses. If he has his women going through an agency and business is slow, he won't hesitate to tell his girls to take off your low heels and put on your high heels, and he'll put them right on the track. The professional pimp. This type of pimp runs his stable as if it were a legitimate business. He normally has some type of escort agency set up, and he really screens the women that choose him. In some cases, this pimp even makes his new recruits fill out an actual job application to keep on file. He is very conservative, and if any problems arise concerning his females, he handles them with diplomacy and professionalism. The overly flashy pimp. This is the pimp that all other pimps are stereotyped after. He drives around in over-accessorized cars and wears loud clothes, with huge hats that have feathers in them. In most cases, his hoes are just as obnoxious and tacky as he is. He can only pimp on low-budget, ghetto bitches, because they are the only women who are impressed with his antics. Rosebud once told me that the reason Hollywood created the image of the pimp wearing blouse-like shirts, skin-tight pants, high-heeled shoes, loud, flamboyant colors, and other overly exaggerated costumes is because white men have always wanted to portray the pimp as some type of homosexual figure. The fact that these black men had the ability to control the minds of numerous women strictly by using their verbal skills made white men feel like they had to demasculate the image of the pimp. So, in the 70s, Hollywood created an overly exaggerated, effeminate image of the pimp. Many real pimps began to accept and emulate that image of the Hollywood pimp. Fortunately, today the stereotypical flashy pimp represents a small unit of the pimping world. Although there are different versions of pimps and most have many different techniques of pimping, there are some pimping rules, laws, and standards that are universal. A good pimp will always abide by the basic universal rules of pimping. A good pimp is surprisingly sincere. He lives by the adage, be true to the game, and the game will be true to you. A good pimp doesn't have to bullshit his hoes. Once a pimp starts to become dishonest, sneaky, and jivey with his girls, he runs the risk of losing them. If a good pimp has some business or information he wishes not to share with his hoes, instead of lying to them, he simply tells them to stay out of a pimp's business and everything will be alright. A good pimp never confides in his hoes. That's like parents trying to confide in their children. The pimp has to always remain the authority figure. A good pimp has to always screen for new employees. The old school pimps call this the cop and blow method. A pimp has to keep copying new girls for his stable at all times. He never knows when a girl is going to leave his stable. So he has to always keep an eye out for new recruits. A good pimp will reject all sexual advances from a hoe until she shows him the money. Iceberg Slim called this the prat out. The prat out is when you display rejection to increase the other person's desire. When a pimp rejects a whore, it makes her try that much harder to be accepted. A good pimp will make a hoe put down a deposit right away. When people invest in something, they want to be reciprocated. When the average man takes a woman on a date and spends $20, he expects something in return. When a hoe spends $20,000 on a pimp, she really wants something in return, and she's not going to want to leave her pimp until she makes good on her investment. All women want a man that they can spoil, treat nice, and do things for. The prostitute is not exempt from this, so a pimp is there to satisfy that need. Pimps and hoes have a very unique relationship. Many prostitutes can pick up a pimp's vibe when she first sees him. This is why many hookers will qualify a potential pimp to see where he is coming from. When a prostitute meets a man in a social setting, she will sometimes act somewhat hostile towards him in order to get a reaction. If she sees any type of fear in his demeanor, she will know that he is a trick or a square. But if the man immediately puts her ass in check, she will know that he may be a bona fide pimp, and she will then try to make him the chosen one. Many pimps have ways of spotting true prostitutes in social settings as well. Some prostitutes have little, dysfunctional characteristics that are not easily detected by the untrained eye. Here is a list of physical characteristics in a woman that suggests she might be a hooker. Heavy makeup, especially around the eyes, suggests that she is hiding shame. Having a tongue ring, facial piercing, or other forms of self-mutilation suggests low self-esteem. Drug use, especially with the drug ecstasy, sign of codependency. There are other characteristics to look for in a woman's demeanor as well. One characteristic is overconfidence. A display of overconfidence suggests a woman is trying to overcompensate to mask some kind of emotional pain. Another common characteristic in a prostitute is bisexuality. Women like to have relationships with people who understand them and who they can be open and honest with. The only person who truly understands the prostitute is a pimp and another hooker. Since there are so few real pimps for hoes to choose from, these women have to settle for relations with other females like them. This is why the majority of all prostitutes are bisexual or totally lesbian. In perspective, a pimp has to screen, analyze, and outthink females at all times. Here are some basic rules that a good pimp has to remember. Pimp is always right. Don't ever let your hoe check you. Get your hoes to invest as much as they can as fast as they can. A pimp can't keep a hoe forever, and she will blow when he least expects it. A good pimp doesn't have to beat on his hoes. If he feels that he needs to get violent with his girls, that means he needs to tighten up his game. Get the money before the honey. Don't accept sex from your hoe until she has reached her quota. Purse first, ass last. Never be at a loss for words. Always keep a cold, serious demeanor with your hoes. Most good pimps rarely smile, because some hoes can take this as a sign of weakness. Your hoes are never equal to you. Tariq Nasheed discusses that in the world of relationships and street knowledge, not every brother is ready for long-term commitment at all times. Some are simply playing the field, but even then, a man must maintain his macking skills. One strategy a seasoned Mac uses on his females or female to keep them in check is to give the impression he might commit, only if she plays her cards right. This approach is appropriate only when dealing with a female Mac or multiple female Macs who desire and need to be played and macked. A good Mac never takes a definitive position on accusations or discrepancies. If a female Mac tries to pigeonhole or corner him for answers that could compromise his position, he responds without confirming or denying, avoiding lies by skillfully navigating the conversation. While white lies are sometimes acceptable, a seasoned Mac can handle situations without falsehood, maintaining authority and control. Getting busted. If in a relationship with an honest woman, honesty is required. But with a female player, a man must stay on top of his game. If a female is not engaging on an emotional level and merely wants to keep you as a dick on the side, or for financial gain, he has the right to play her fully. If a female Mac uncovers evidence of discrepancy, a phone number, hearing another woman on the answering machine, or seeing him with someone else, the first step is to remain calm. Many men immediately show guilt with a stupid face. A Mac, however, should turn the tables. For instance, if she asks, "Who was that girl I saw you with?" A square might fumble with denial. "Dumbass. What girl?" Female Mac. "The girl I saw you coming out of the motel with." Dumbass. "Oh, that was just my friend." A true Mac handles it differently. Female Mac. "Who was that girl I saw you with?" True Mac. "What do you mean, who was that girl you saw me with?" Acting offended. "Why are you coming at me with that accusing tone?" Turning the question on her. Female Mac. "Well, I'm sorry." True Mac. "No, what were you trying to insinuate?" Not letting her off the hook. Female Mac. "Nothing. I just wanted to know who that girl was." True Mac. "You know what? I'm totally offended. And I don't even want to talk about this right now." Avoiding the question, Macking out of the situation. Notice how the true Mac neither confirmed nor denied wrongdoing, yet told no lie. Lies require remembering and retracing falsehoods. Manipulation and honesty in wording are safer. Squares answer questions directly, often leading to denial, playing dumb, or lying, which gets a man busted every time. A Mac shifts conversation control to himself. He asks questions and demands answers, playing to win. If you don't Mac a female Mac, she'll Mac you. For long-term, honest relationships, deception should be minimal, though some Macking techniques can still be applied sparingly. General Macking do's and don'ts. Do have an answer for everything / don't be at a loss for words. A Mac's verbal skills are ammunition. Being at a loss shows guilt and weakness. As Rosebud said, if you run out of words, you run out of game. Do have platonic female friends / don't date every woman you know. Not every woman will align with your goals. If a female seeks help financially or for other motives, she is not interested in a genuine relationship. Keep her in the platonic zone. She can connect you with other women while providing intel. Do carry yourself like a real man / don't be overly emotional or sensitive. Many women complain men lack backbone. Emotional overreaction or jealousy signals insecurity. A Mac maintains composure, appearing casual and unconcerned, keeping women intrigued. Do learn how to read women / don't assume you know everything. Only seasoned Macs and pimps fully understand women. Many aspiring Macs believe knowledge comes from cliches and pickup lines, which leads to being played. Tariq Nasheed explains that women often go out in groups because they feel more comfortable with friends. Since the goal is to Mac a female up out of the club, it is most effective to approach a female who is rolling solo, or has only one other female friend with her. Although it is possible to pull a female in a group of 4, aiming for smaller groups increases the odds and reduces the likelihood of salt shakers who might cockblock your game. In groups of 5 or more, women often stick together, sometimes coming from out of town or arriving in multiple vehicles, which complicates the situation. Therefore, focus on groups of 4 or less. Women in groups of 4 generally get along because they have different personalities, preventing jealousy and competitiveness from dominating. Typically, the group consists of the smart one, usually the ringleader, intelligent, and accustomed to making her own decisions. She is the best candidate to pull because she does not succumb to peer pressure. The hoish one dresses provocatively and acts stag, but often is not truly promiscuous. She may be a ghetto queen or rebound chick, seeking attention to boost her ego. Pulling her is usually a waste of time. The dingy one, childlike and dependent on her friends, sometimes non-black. She needs to be separated from her group before she can be successfully pulled. The buzzard considered least desirable, maybe less attractive or overweight, often bringing attitude and complaints, acting as a salt shaker. Pair her with a scavenger friend to avoid interference. Before attempting to Mac, mingle and screen potential females. Beware of chicken heads or ghetto queens with responsibilities or boyfriends, liquor pimps seeking free drinks, underage girls and flamboyant Asian, white, or Hispanic girls who may be groupies. The seasoned Mac does not buy drinks for women, as it implies tricking behavior. The easiest females to pull are the quiet, conservative or top-notch sisters, especially if alone. They are receptive because they are in public by themselves, and their defenses are lower. Top-notch sisters may be open to attention because most men are intimidated by them, while rebound chicks or shy girls are similarly approachable. Flashy, attention-seeking women are often less receptive despite appearing desirable. The excerpt ends here. If she's a rebound chick, or an overly shy, I just want to put it in, and take it right back out. The let me sample it approach. Let's just take off our clothes. We don't have to do nothing. The take my word for it approach. You want to ride home, don't you? The hostage approach. These are common lines men use to try to get sex, and here are reasons why many of these approaches fail. The bold-faced lie approach immediately loses credibility. Saying things like, I love you, or I really want to be with you, before knowing a woman is seen as insincere and insulting to her intelligence. The guilt trip approach pressures women into sex, killing the mood. Women want to engage on their own terms, and pressure triggers defenses. The egotistical approach, bragging about other women, backfires because she wonders why you aren't with them instead. It also comes off as immature. Brown-nosing and tricking make you look desperate. Going for sympathy only works on certain women who want to feel pity, but most will reject pity sex. Sending the right vibes. When trying to get a female in the mood, it is crucial to send the right vibe. Most men come off as manipulative, which kills intrigue. A vibe is short for vibration, meaning an emotional aura that can be instinctively sensed. All human senses, sight, hearing, touch, are based on vibrations, and women are especially attuned to detecting authenticity. To persuade a woman, you must believe in your own game. Overcoming objections. During the negotiation of a first sexual encounter, women may throw a decoy objection to create adversity. A potential Mac must stay on course and respond quickly with precise rebuttals. 6 common objections are: I just met you, and we don't know each other well enough. I normally don't do it on the first date. Sex is important to me. If we have sex, that will change things. I have to be in love with a guy before we have sex. I just got out of a relationship and I'm not ready. There are 3 rebuttal levels. Level 1. Question her maturity. Level 2. Minimize the significance of sex. Level 3. Tell her what she wants to hear. When using rebuttals, maintain the slow and low technique. Calm, mellow speech relaxes the woman and keeps her defenses down. Getting her to answer yes to simple, common-sense questions, like in sales techniques, puts her in an affirmative frame of mind. Example of a 5 yes technique. Mac, you're a mature young lady, right? Female, yes. Mac, you know what's best for you and your happiness, right? Female, yes. Mac, you have a genuine interest in me, and you know I have a genuine interest in you, right? Female, yes. Mac, and we have a good vibe going on so far, right? Female, yes. Mac, so, if a brother stepped to you that was better for you, had a genuine interest, and had a good vibe with you, that's a brother you'd want to be down with, right? Female, yes. By asking such questions, you create agreement and reduce the chance of disagreement, especially when questioning her maturity. Women strongly dislike being labeled immature and will try to prove their womanhood. Always make it feel like her decision to have sex. Never appear desperate. Grabbing or pleading for sex makes you look like a buster. Many needy wenches wish they had the skills of a true gold digger. They often brag to their chickenhead friends about minor material gains, saying things like, "Girl, this nigga bought me this bracelet," or "Girl, I made this brother pay my gas bill." They think these are major accomplishments, but in reality, they are seen as bums. The gold digger's key skill is defusing a man's defense mechanisms. The most common target is a bailer, a financially stable man. A bailer's defenses are up because he knows women may be attracted to his wealth rather than him. True gold diggers exploit this by presenting themselves as financially stable in content, showing no overt interest in his cars, jewelry, or bank account. One tactic gold diggers use is paying for the first date. This lowers the man's defenses and challenges his manhood. To prove he is a real man, he will reciprocate on a grander scale, showering her with gifts. The more she offers, the lower his defenses drop. The average gold digger usually has at least 3 men she is working in this manner. Distinguishing a true gold digger from a regular top-notch female can be tricky. Here are some signs. She doesn't work but has a house full of expensive items. If she's always home and owns Italian furniture, valuable paintings, electronics, and luxury cars, she may be a gold digger. There could be alternative explanations. Business, inheritance, side hustles. But caution is advised. She travels in and out of town frequently. If she constantly mentions trips to other cities, she may be a gold digger using men to fund travel. Some women travel for legitimate business, but gold diggers often rely on men flying them around. She showers you with gifts but avoids sex. This is a classic gold digger tactic. She may play the sanctified, shy girl, or girl next door role. A man who cannot see through this may believe she is the one, only for her to exploit him for material gain. Keeping deceptiveness. A man must detect if a woman is deceptive. This ability is essential in the Mackin game. You either Mac or get Macked. Signs of deception include obvious screen game questions like, "So, how much do you make doing what you do? What kind of car do you drive? Who do you live with?" A true gold digger rarely asks these directly. She assesses a man's demeanor instead. She seeks a bailer, who is typically conservative but confident. By contrast, A needy one asks obvious questions, revealing her lack of tact. Once you identify a needy wench, it's best to move on. Tariq Nasheed in life. This is how you learn right from wrong. However, it is how you rectify the mistakes in your life that determines your character. If someone asks you, what is 2 plus 2? And you say 5, that's a mistake. But if someone shows you the correct answer, and you still insist the answer is 5, then you are a legitimate fool. In the same way, if you are a man who is getting played by a female, and you don't utilize your option to rectify the situation with correct game, and insist on letting the female continue to play you, then you too are a legitimate fool. And you don't deserve the honor of being a TMA member. 7 penalties that will cause your TMA membership to be revoked. Paying a car note or utility bill for a female who is not your girlfriend or significant other, also known as saving hoes. Deduct 3 points. Fighting another man over a female if she chooses him. Deduct 3 points. Begging a woman for sex. Deduct 2 points. Stalking a female. Deduct 2 points. Lying on your dick. Deduct 2 points. Crying over a female because she might leave you. Deduct 2 points. Paying for sex. Deduct 5 points. People always ask me, Tariq, since you are an expert on the art of macking, what type of females do you like? The following will give you some insight into my personal tastes, likes, and dislikes about women. This will also give you an idea of what other true macs look for in women. First of all, I prefer women between the ages of 23 and 34. I think most women learn to make more mature decisions around the age of 23. At this age, many women start branching out on their own and becoming more independent. I have found that women who live on their own are much more mature than females who still live at home with their parents. The responsibility of living independently makes a person more mature, which in turn makes them less likely to act flaky, less likely to bullshit, and less likely to jive around when dealing with others. This is also why I don't like women who are professional students. Most men have a unique fetish about women. To me, women with bow legs are sexy. And even though it is becoming somewhat of a cliché with men, I am also into nice feet on a female. To help give you an idea of what I like, both physically and personality-wise, here is a list of 5 celebrity females that would be considered my type. Halle Berry, naturally cute looks with a sexy girl next door quality. Stacey Dash, slim, brown-skinned, bow legs, a nice ass, and a down-to-earth middle-class persona. Ananda Lewis, natural yet exotic beauty. Intelligent, articulate, smooth, calm, and confident. Rachel Stewart, captivating looks with a sexy Caribbean vibe. Beyoncé, a round-the-way girl aura, balancing model looks with relatable southern charm. If I were to build a female from scratch, her build would consist of Halle Berry's face, Chilli's hair, Tyra Banks' breasts, Robin Givens' stomach, Jennifer Lopez's ass, Shantae Moore's legs, Toni Braxton's feet, and Oprah Winfrey's bank account. Although I like a female who stays current with fashion, I do not like a female who is trendy. Most women who follow the latest trends are followers, while I like a female with leadership qualities. Living in a city like Los Angeles, one sees females who torture and mutilate themselves via implants, plastic surgery, liposuction, etc., to look like magazine models. These images set unrealistic beauty standards, as even professional models don't look flawless in real life. Lighting, makeup, airbrushing, and computer editing create perfection that doesn't exist. Another thing I'm not crazy about in women is bisexuality. I don't have a problem with lesbians or dykes, but some so-called bisexual women are a toss-up. They are usually down with whatever, with whomever. Unlike lesbians and dykes who maintain monogamous relationships, bisexual females are often sexually undiscerning. I like a woman who is open-minded and sexually uninhibited, but I do not like a female who is sexually undisciplined. It is important for a female to have sexual options but also to maintain sexual boundaries. I am also not fond of women who smoke. Cigarette smoking can give females a masculine, raspy voice, a tired, worn-out appearance, and often indicates mental or psychological issues. Smoking is sometimes a result of an oral fixation from childhood. where people carry regressive behaviors into adulthood to cope with stress, insecurity, or depression. I don't want it to seem like I put too many expectations on women. All I expect is for them to possess normal behavior. Smoking is popular but not normal. Plastic surgery is popular but not normal. Being a slacker is popular but not normal. Bisexuality is popular but not normal. This is why I prefer women who are leaders rather than trendy. Leaders do what is best for them, while trendy women follow what is popular. Since men are simple creatures, it does not take much to satisfy us. To keep us satisfied, all a woman has to do is apply the 3 F's. Feed us, fuck us, finesse us. Many women feel they must go all out with freakishness to get a man's attention. But once the novelty wears off, a man wants to know if she can apply the 3 F's. Most women can only provide 2 F's at a time, but if she can master all 3, she should have no problems with the man in her life. If aspiring Macs maintain the positive characteristics of the 4 P's, they should have no problems with the females in their lives. And always remember, be true to the game and the game will be true to you. The end. 228. The Art of Mackin'. So this was the Art of Pimpin' Foundational Buck Broken America.